Hi, this is Kevin. I'm calling for
Yes,
the phone coaching. Are you available right now?
yes, I'm available, sir.
Awesome. So let me just pull up your information. Just one moment. By the way, how was your experience with the English lessons?
It was good and fun, sir. I learned a lot from your lessons.
Ah, interesting. What's your favorite lesson?
The first one, sir, maybe I have some short answers, but I realized that I have to make it longer.
Yeah, you have to make it longer. Because in the first part, this is the first 3 weeks, the goal is to get you comfortable expressing yourself.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people, for a lot of people, the biggest challenge that they have is they're unable to talk about themselves. And you're supposed to know about yourself, but during the interview, a question as simple as tell me about yourself, how do you spend your free time? Most
Yes,
people have a difficult time answering that. In fact, the most common situation that I hear when I'm on an interview is I hear the interviewer ask the applicant, how do you spend your free time? And the applicant's going to say, oh, I'm trying to improve my English skills. So I watch a lot of English movies and I read a lot of English books. And then the interviewer congratulates the applicant and says, like, that's good that you watch a lot of movies and read a lot of English books. Tell me the title of your favorite English movie. And the applicant is going to say something new like Avengers Endgame or The Last Star Wars or something like that. And then the interviewer's next question is, tell me about the story of that movie. And at that point, the applicant will have no answer. Why do you think that's the case?
because they're nervous, sir, and they can't explain the summary of the movie that they had watched.
Yes, exactly. In some cases, other people will say maybe the applicant is just trying to impress the interviewer. The applicant doesn't really watch English movies, so he just invented a movie that's popular. But I don't think
Yes,
that's
like,
true. I have a feeling that most Filipinos say the truth during an interview. I think the problem is when we watch English movies, we remember them in Tagalog,
yes, sir.
right? So, and if you remember something in Tagalog, you do you think 30 minutes is enough to, I mean, 30 seconds is enough to translate a short story from Tagalog to English?
Maybe not, sir.
No, right? It takes a while. So, and that's the reason why most people do not have a good answer to most questions. So, most interview questions. So, the reason why I ask you all those questions about yourself, your personal preference, your plans, your your career plans, your personal plans, how you spend your time, because that shows up during the interview.
Yes,
That's not usually the direct question. That's not the main question they ask you, but that's going to show up in the follow up questions. And if you have a good interview answer, your interviewer will likely ask you to tell a story about that answer, right? So
right.
if you say that I like watching a lot of English movies, they're gonna ask what movie. And if you say the title of the movie, they're gonna ask what's the story of that movie. And sometimes they're gonna ask you what's the story of how you got to watch the movie. And that's a different story, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it could be oh my we I wasn't doing anything on a Saturday and my friend invited me to go to the cinema and watch this movie and it was traffic and we got there just on time and we got to see it. So something as simple as that. Because their goal is to make sure that you are able to express yourself. Uh, I just wanted to clarify, is the main reason for you taking the English lessons because you want to get hired in a call center?
Yes, sir, probably. I want to apply in call center
Mm-hmm.
because I had experience in interview way back 2016.
Uh-huh.
That time I was kind of nervous and I'm not well prepared in the interview so that I didn't pass the interview.
Okay. You sound pretty
Mm.
good.
Yeah.
Why do you
Yes,
think
sir.
you didn't pass?
I I think I got mental block in
Mm-hmm.
the interview because I don't have I can think about an answer to that to their questions.
Okay. So when the interviewer asked you something, you just stopped.
Yeah.
I've had a very similar experience. I didn't think that you had any experience applying. I thought that you just, it's your first time to apply and you're trying to get better, you're trying to prepare. But
Yeah.
it turns
I
out
didn't mention it on my activities.
yeah, I thought that you were just trying to prepare, so you're prepared.
Yeah.
But
Yes, I'm preparing.
I wasn't expecting that you had some experience and you already failed, so you know what you're trying to prepare for. Because
Yes.
some people are like that, right? And
Yes.
in this case, you're like that. So
Mm.
you know that they're going to ask. And I've had this experience when I was new, when I was trying to apply. I was in the smoking area of a call center and I had a conversation with this other guy who was smoking. And he was talking to me and I said that I was an applicant. I told him I was an applicant and I was trying to practice his English. And he was kind to me. He spoke to me in English. He let me speak to him in English for like 6 minutes because usually a
Yeah.
cigarette is like 3 minutes and then we had two cigarettes during that conversation. And then he said, how come you didn't get hired? Your English is okay. And then I told him, I don't know. When the interviewer asks me a question, I couldn't think of an answer. And then the first thing he told me is, if you talk to the interviewer the exact same way that you spoke to me today, you should already get hired. And it took me a while to figure that out. It has to be casual. It has to be, when you answer their questions, you can ask them questions too. You can talk to
Yeah.
them. You can make a
Just like
comment
friends,
about
right?
yeah, like you met a friend at a party. You're not trying to get a job. You're just trying to get to know the person, because that's
Mm.
also true. If you apply for work in a company, you're trying to find out if the company is a good place to work for, right? You don't just assume that they're a good company to work for. You want to know. You want to know how much the pay is. You want to know what the schedule is. You want to know where you will be reporting. You want to know what kind of benefits you're going to receive. You want to know all the perks. Do they have good CR? Or well, that's important to me. Like I want to work for a company that has a nice CR. And
Good
there's
facilities, sir.
yeah, good facilities like and I wanna make sure that it's convenient to go there, because you might apply at a good company. I remember applying at this really beautiful call center uh, call center office. It's really beautiful. Like, it's if you go there, it looks like a dream company,
Where's
but
that, sir?
it's somewhere in McKinley, and I live in Parañaque. And
Indeed, sir.
yeah, Taguig.
Yeah.
But I I was contemplating when I got there, like, this place is beautiful. Their job offer was pretty high, but I might spend 200, 300 bucks just trying to get here because the location is so out of the way. I need to take like, this was before Grab and Uber existed. I had to take a taxi to get there.
Taxi.
Yeah, and I have no idea how to get there because when they said it was just part of BGC or part of the fort, I thought I just get off at Makati, take a fort bus, and I'm there. It turns out that when I get there, it's a totally different route. So I was thinking about that, and it might not be a good idea to continue there. So after my interview, I said that if I don't think I want to continue, like, after passing the first 4 stages, I just told them that I don't think I want to continue, and that's okay. Like, it's not because you went there, you should take the job. You should take the job that goes in your best interest. Okay?
Yes.
If the company offered you minimum wage and they wanted you to work in a graveyard shift and they wanted you to do call center work, you should say no because you are applying for call center work and call center work pays well. Reputable companies pay well. All right?
Yes.
So
I have some friends working in a call center.
Good. So you can use their companies for practice, but
Yeah.
I do recommend, and we do this on week 2. We do this on week 2. We ask our students to write down 10 companies that they're considering going to. And
On week 2, we will write some call center company
Yeah.
that we want to apply for.
yes,
I
want to
appreciate
apply in, or
Mm.
and then, well, you write down those names. You make a list of 20, and then just a quick Google search, you'll find their address.
Okay.
And then maybe you can ask around how much is the usual pay at this company. And then, you have to plan. You have to apply intelligently. You don't like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I go to this company first. I usually, from personal experience, I recommend going to the company that is furthest away from where you live. Yung pinakamalayo. Why?
Apo.
Because you want to use that one as practice. So because from personal experience again, chances are when you apply, your first 5 call center companies are going to be failed job applications. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to say something wrong. You might even give a wrong interview answer. We're going to prepare you. We're going to practice. But that happens. I mean, even to me, I still make mistakes when I apply. And I usually expect my first 5 to be complete failures. So I take advantage of that. I use the first 5 as my practice. Okay? So just use that. So, for example, I live in Parañaque and I have a list. Some of those job applications are in Quezon City, some of them are in Ortigas, some of them are in Makati. So how do I arrange my job application? The first places I go to are the ones in Quezon City. Why? Because I don't want to be late. All right? I want to get used to waking up early. So when I get to Quezon City, like, I'm used to waking up at a very specific time. And then after I'm done with those companies, I go to the ones in Ortigas. And then when I'm done, I go to the ones in Makati. So when I get to Makati, I'm like super early. And I'm at the same time, I'm extremely ready for whatever questions that I'm going to receive. The other thing is, if you don't have a lot of options, you are going to feel like you're going to feel some form of desperation when you try to when you try to apply. Do you know what I mean? Like if you feel that you don't have other options, you are going to accept the first offer even if it's low. So that's why I encourage you to try the furthest ones first, and then go for the nearer ones so you can make better decisions when it comes to how you spend your how you decide like which company that you're going to work for. Okay? And the other thing is that that whole commute thing, it's going to be part of your conversation. The interviewer is going to ask you, did you have a hard time going here? Where do you live? What did you ride to get here? And you have to describe that. And
What if I have a motorcycle?
if you have a motorcycle, then that's
Yeah.
perfect. I took my motorcycle, I left our subdivision, and I got to the main road. And from the main road, I got on to EDSA. And then like, if the place is in Makati, where do you live?
Malabon, sir.
You live in Malabon. So it's the opposite. So if you're in Malabon, and I imagine the one closest to you is the one in Santa Mesa. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Santa Mesa and UP Techno Hub. That's relatively close. What other call centers are close to your location?
In Munoz,
Munoz.
at SM
There are companies in
Atensa.
Munoz and SM North. Okay, so in your case, I guess the first places you should go to would be the ones in Ortigas first, Ortigas, and then Quezon City, so you can use that as practice. Use the companies furthest from your location as practice. And sometimes the ones that are a little further have good offers. So, yeah, I live in Parañaque, and there's a big reputable company that's near our location. There's another some like I don't know if they're big. I don't know if they're reputable, but they've been around for a long time. Uh, and both companies pay okay, but not that high because they know that they're in a residential location, and the people who want to work there just want to work there because it's convenient. So
Those people nearby, sir.
yeah, people who live nearby, their employees are usually people who live nearby. They just have to pay one jeep ride and stuff like that. That's why their pay is relatively low. But if the location is in Makati, so it's possible to get a good offer there. So you want to try there too. You also want to go in the order of the most difficult companies first. Because if you start with the most difficult companies, you will learn the standard, you will learn their procedure. So when you go to a slightly easier company, that will be easier for you. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So that's how it works. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go through your answers for week 1, lesson 1. So this session is mostly a get to know each other kind of session, and I'll try to fix a little bit of your grammar. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So, and by the way, this session is recorded, so I'm going to provide you with a copy. I will be posting the recording on my channel, and
Understood, sir. I will already watch
oh, you saw some of the sessions. So the way it works is I will be posting a private link, and if you like the video and you give me a go signal, I can share it. I can share it to the whole channel. But until I get your go signal, I won't share it. Okay? So I want you to watch it first, and if it's okay, give me a go signal, and I'll be sharing the session. And if you want me to remove anything, you can just let me know, and I can take that out of the video. Okay? I'm learning how to edit videos too. So anyway, so we'll be going to. Okay, we'll be going to the week one, lesson one. Can you pull up your notebook and maybe your computer, like where you type your answers in, so we can discuss?
I already opened it.
Okay, sure. Oh, by the way, what's your least favorite part of the activities?
Let me check for
Yeah, what do you find most difficult?
the fun with format, sir. Because
okay.
it is too long.
Yeah, 100
And I
sentences,
have a
right?
hard time telling stories
Okay,
to make it 100 sentences.
that's pretty cool. Why do you think that's important?
To express myself and to explain what's happening to me, what happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
and to tell my special skills,
Uh-huh.
those are my work experience.
What do you think happens when you can confidently talk about your stories, what happened to you, your special skills, and other personal experience to the interviewer? What do you imagine happens when you can successfully communicate that?
Maybe I get, as I said, I get mental block.
No, I mean, if you can successfully communicate all that, what do you think happens?
Pardon?
Oh, uh, so my question is, if you can successfully communicate your stories, personal experience, your skills, and all that, what what do you think would happen to your interview? Do you think you'll pass or you'll fail? Hello?
So,
Oh, can you hear me?
kind of choppy.
Oh, it is? Okay, wait, let me just adjust that. There you go. Can you hear me better? Can you hear me?
Sir.
Huh? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me better?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, if you can successfully communicate your stories and your personal experience as well as your skills, what do you think happens to your interview? Do you think you're gonna pass or you're gonna fail?
I think I'm gonna pass.
Right? And
If
that,
I answer those questions that they given to me.
and that's the idea. That's why I give you such a hard time writing all those things. Because if you don't write down all those things, you're gonna have to say all those things to your interviewer anyway. But if you do that on your interview, you only have a 30-second time limit.
On every question, sir.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking you to write it down. Because things that you've already written are easy to remember and easy to say. Okay?
Thank you.
And the more you do it, the more comfortable you become. And the more comfortable you become, the more confident you become. No mental blocks, no stops when you try to talk. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So, why are detailed stories and complete instructions important parts of communication skills?
Pardon, sir?
Why do you think detailed stories and complete instructions are important parts of communication skills?
To understand, to understand me of what I wanted to say.
Okay, so you can understand what you want to say. And now that you've completed all 7 lessons, that what's the most important lesson that you've learned so far, just for week 1?
The,
The first thing that comes to mind.
the writing exercise first.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes. Oh, I think you didn't hear me. I said yes. What's the most important lesson that you've learned for week 1 so far?
The 100 common English words that always used in speaking English.
Ah, okay. Why that?
Because I have some difficulty in constructing the sentence.
Okay. So you feel that knowing that and constructing sentences using those words is going to help you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So anyway, we are going to go through week 1, lesson 1, and I'm going to read through your answers, and I will give you some feedback and corrections. So just have your pen and your notebook ready, or if you have your computer where you type those answers, just have that ready, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so activities for week 1, first interview assessment. So, hi, my name's Kevin. What's your name? My name is Francis. Where do you live? I live in Malabon City. Are you currently working? Yes, I am currently employed. That's awesome. What's your current work? Yes, I am a service crew. It should be at service crew at Master Shomai. Okay?
Okay.
So where's your office? Our office is at 88 Aureliano Street, Barangay Ibaba, Malabon City. You can just change it to Malabon City. Our office is at Malabon City.
Okay.
So that's fine because this is like a casual conversation. So where do you live? What's your address? Sorry. If it's where do you live? Where do you work? Where's your office? It should be just the general location. So in your case, it's Malabon City. But if you're both in Malabon and they ask you, so where's your office? You have to give a little more detail, like Barangay Ibaba, Malabon City. Okay?
Okay.
But
But not
usually,
the exact address.
yeah, you don't need the exact address. But if they ask you, what is the address? That's when you give the address.
Okay.
Okay? So what's your previous job? I previously worked as a dining staff at a restaurant here in Malabon. Okay, very good. What does a typical workday look like for you? It's like a daily routine to me. So what's missing here is the routine. Like you have to talk about how you started, like how you started your day, what you do during the day, and how you end the day. Okay?
It needed a long answer.
Yeah, it needs a longer answer, and I think I believe I already sent you the recommendations.
I already studied.
So just go through that and try to adjust your answers. And I want you to do it as early as now because when we get to week 4, I'm going to ask you to rewrite some of your answers. So you need to have the better answer ready. Because at the end of the 6 weeks of lessons, you are going to have your notes as your script for when you apply or for when you have English conversations. And when we fix, and if your script is like this, it's not very good. But if you know how to fix it and you already fixed it, you can use that again and again and again. It's like it's something that you can use all the time. So you always have to improve it. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so I have, but I don't have a schedule right now. And so you're just missing an and here. And I am planning to change jobs. Just add an S.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Where did you finish college? I finished at a vocational school named I Learn Center Philippines. What was your course? It would be better if you put in I studied or I took up a short course in information technology.
I took up.
I took up a short course in information technology. Okay. What was your first choice? My first choice is, or my first choice was architecture. If you were completely free to select your college course, what would it be? Architecture, if ever, but we are financially incapable. Um, I don't think you should use financially incapable. But if you do want to use that, maybe you can say we were financially incapable at the time. Okay? Because if you say we are financially incapable, it sounds like it's permanent. So if you are going to talk about a weakness, not just for you, but like for your family or for your situation, if you have a problem, you should not refer to your problem as a permanent problem. Because if you say that, for example, we have some people who inquire with our English lessons, and we charge 300 bucks at the moment.
Yeah.
And some people tell us, I want to enroll, but I'm poor. I want to enroll, but I don't have the capacity to pay. I want to enroll, but I'm broke, right? When they say it, when you use those exact choice of words, you sound like it's permanent, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to enroll, but I don't have money permanently, right?
Yeah, right.
Have you ever heard of the Tagalog saying? Well, I don't know if saying's the real word for it, but have you ever heard someone say, mahilig ako kumanta pero ayaw ng kanta sa akin?
Opo.
You've heard people say that. Gusto ko matuto ng ganito pero ayaw ng ganito sa akin.
Mm.
Do you think that's a good attitude? Not really, right? Like if you say that, you say that permanently, even if you like, let's say you don't know how to sing. You don't know how to sing. And let's say Sarah Geronimo, like famous Filipina singer, found you and he said, I want to make you a celebrity. I'm gonna get you some voice lessons. We own a school. We're gonna send you there. You're gonna be trained by the best singing instructors. And once a week, I'm gonna visit you. We're gonna practice together. And we're gonna work together for maybe 2 years or 3 years until you get better. And I'm gonna make you sing in front of a big crowd. What do you think will happen? Do you think that person is still going to be a bad singer after practicing?
No.
Hello? No, right? Because
Yeah.
if you don't know a skill, the solution is to practice. If you don't have money, the solution is to find a way to have money. You can get a job, you can get a low paying job and save money. You can borrow money. I don't recommend it, but you can. You can get support from other people who care about you. There's so many ways, right? But if you say that, like if you use the words we're financially incapable, it's like you're saying that that situation is permanent. And one of my friends who taught me how to get out of my bad situation, he told me to never see bad situations as permanent. Like you can say I don't have enough money right now, but I'm trying to find a way to have that money so I can buy that upgrade for myself. Right? And I'm sure it's exactly what you did. Like, if you work as a service crew, you're not making a lot of money, right? It's not something where you can just buy everything you want, right? And I'm pretty sure that you made some sacrifices just to get our lessons, right? You might have to cancel a date or one of your drinking sessions with your friends, or maybe you canceled buying something that you wanted to buy just to get our lessons, right?
That's perfect.
So never say that it is a permanent problem. If you say that I'm not good in English, like I want to work in a call center but I'm not good in English, maybe you can change your choice of words. I want to work in a call center, but I'm still practicing right now. And when I feel confident already, I'll go ahead and apply.
Okay.
That's a way better answer than, oh, I want to work in a call center, but my English is bad, or I have poor English. Any negative situation should never be described as permanent because we are humans and humans are intelligent, and we use intelligence to solve our problems. And whatever problem that is, lack of skill, lack of resources, there's a solution for that, right? So
There's always a way.
yeah, there's always a way. There are people who are lampa, and there are people who can lift 1,000 pounds, like a 1,000 pound barbell. There are people who have zero money, and there are people who earn like a billion whatever in a second, right? There are people like that who exist. So if you want your situation to change, you have to choose your words wisely because your words affect your thoughts, and your thoughts affect your emotions, and your emotions affect your actions. And you know how it goes, right? What you do determines your destiny.
Yes.
Okay? So your actions become habits, your habits become your destiny. I think I heard that in a quote somewhere. But I think that's true. Do you think that's true?
Definitely true, sir.
Okay. So let's continue. Sorry, I just wanted to fix this part. Do not describe
Okay.
yourself as financially incapable, okay?
What should I put in here, sir?
It could be at the time I wanted to start study architecture, but at the time we didn't have money to pay for that.
Okay.
You can say that. Like at the time. If you add the words at the time, it just means like at that situation you don't have money. But that's gonna change because you're gonna get work. Okay?
Okay.
So why'd you pick that? Because that's my dream job, and I have higher grades in drafting back then in high school. Okay, that's pretty cool. What's the most attractive benefit of working for a call center? Okay, small correction. You said here the most attractive. You forgot to say benefit. The most attractive benefit is the salary that they offer. And just to clarify, Salary and compensation mean the same thing. Those are not two
Okay.
separate things. I think you meant to say the package, the so I would recommend if you want to use the word compensation, you can say the most attractive benefit is the compensation. Or you can remove compensation and say the most attractive benefit of working in a call center is the salary. So that's okay. Is that clear?
That's clear, sir.
Okay. So next, why do you find that benefit attractive? Because it's so much higher compared. So you're just missing a D. So it should be compared to my
Okay,
recent
okay.
salary. Okay. Next, what worries you the most about working in a call center? I think when being intimidated by some pro call center agents. Okay. Um, okay, let's read the next one first. What's your plan to overcome that challenge? My plan is to study well and to follow the instructions and lessons that my supervisor or team leader will tell me. That's a very good answer. And when it comes to being intimidated by pro call center agents, do not get intimidated by pro call center agents because when you get hired, you will be working with them. So if you
Okay, sir.
have pro coworkers, then that's awesome. You can copy them. If you go to my website, callcentertrainingtips.com, there and search Jeffrey,
Okay.
there's a story about that where we had a top seller. His name is Jeffrey. And what I did was I sat next to him and copied him. And I became a top agent. So copying isn't very it's not a bad idea. If you have pros in your company, you can just copy them and you can get the same results, right?
That's the part of the job, sir.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's part of the job. And I had to spend my extra time to listen to the guy. So let's say his shift was an opening shift and I'm on a closing shift. I would come to the office earlier just so I can listen to him take his calls.
Maybe I should admire those purple center agents
Yeah,
if I get hired.
one of the things that I've learned is I use envy to make myself a better person. I make a list of every person that I envy, yung mga taong
Yes.
kinaiingitan ko, and then I
Tama.
ask I ask myself a series of questions. Why do I envy this person? What exactly does this person have that I want to have too? Right? So if the person has money, if the person has skills, if the person has a really nice gadget, I write that down. And then I ask myself, what
How?
positive traits does this person have? And then I list that down. And then what skills do they have? So and then I list that down. So if I wanted to have, let's say I have a friend, he was the first person who has an iPhone and he has a high paying job. So my goal was, okay, so what kind of a person is he? Is he organized? So I came up with the words organized. The person's organized. The person was really good at communicating. Like every time he explains things to me, I'm really impressed. And he's very helpful. So I decided that, okay, I want an iPhone. I want to buy an iPhone. So I'm going to become organized and I'm going to be helpful and I'm going to learn how to explain things well. I didn't get the organizing until much later, but I learned how to communicate a little better and I learned how to become more helpful. So I think that's the first thing I learned. And that's how I got all the extra money when I worked in a call center. And that's how I bought my first brand new iPhone.
That's cool, sir.
So, so make a list of people that you envy and just copy. What are their positive traits? What are their skills? and ask yourself, how do I get those two? Because don't try to copy what they own. Try to copy their positive traits and try to copy their skills. Because that's how you're gonna get what they own. Right? Because most people, di ba pag naiinggit, what do they say? Ay, baka masama yan or baka may ginawang kalokohan yan kaya meron siya ng bagay na kinaiingitan ako. That's not true.
Like monkey business. May monkey business.
Yeah. The other thing is, people who get promoted at work, what's the most common Filipino response to people who get promoted? Siguro sip-sip yan kaya na-promote. Because we have stories of people, diba, dalawang tao, one of them is really good at their job, the other one but doesn't communicate with the boss. Like, he's just quiet, he just does his work. He's really good, but he's quiet, he just does his work, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't talk to the boss really. The other one is not very good, he's okay, he's not bad, but he's not as good as the first guy. But the guy who's not as good communicates with the boss well. Even if he didn't accomplish very much, he tells the boss what he accomplished. And it's usually the second person who gets promoted, right? He's not as good as the first guy, but he got promoted because he communicated with the boss. And now the other people are gonna say, oh, that guy number 2 is sip-sip. Diba? That's how Filipinos think. But guy number 2 won with communication skills. And I hope that after we complete the 6 weeks of lessons, you are going to have better communication skills. Okay? That's the reason why I'm giving you this difficult task of writing all your thoughts down, writing all your experiences down, and writing all your stories down. So,
something, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Is it okay to translate those words in my mind into Google Translate in Filipino language?
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Remember fun with formats?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are different. One of the things that you want to do is to make like a list of things you want to say in Filipino. Maybe you can write 100 sentences in Filipino that you want to translate. Do that and make sure that those are short sentences, because Google Translate is really bad when it comes to long sentences. You might have noticed that.
I already tried that, sir.
So if it's a short sentence, Google Translate can do it. But if it's a long sentence, malabo. So, yeah, Google Translate can translate single words or short phrases or short sentences, but something long, you can't do that because the words, the meaning of the words change depending on the relationship to the other words. So the more words you put in there, the more complicated it becomes. Even Google, the most powerful program that humans have made, they have trouble with that, right? And that's why I encourage everyone, shorten your sentences so it's easy to understand and it's easy to communicate and it's easy to find what's wrong with it. So I think I sent you extra lesson 02. Shorten your sentences. You have to follow that all the time. Especially if you're going to use Google Translate, write the Tagalog stuff on scratch paper or something like that, and then translate it one by one, and then keep the English stuff with you. You can forget about the Tagalog once you're done with the translation. Okay? So, next part. Where do you experience doubt in your skills? I think in an interview because I am not well prepared. Well, permanent na naman. And I get nervous by the time. So you can say I was not well prepared in the past. Okay? But right now you're preparing, right?
Yes, definitely.
So that shouldn't be a problem anymore. If call center work wasn't an option for you, what would your job be and why? I think that kitchen staff, I love to cook. You can remove the D here. It should be love. And
Okay.
that's one of my hobbies because I am the one who prepares our dishes every day. Just add an S dun sa prepare.
Okay.
You have to aim higher, man. You have to aim higher than minimum wage. Because, you finished a vocational course and I didn't. I just decided that I'm gonna self study moving forward. I didn't go back to college. And I reached a fairly good career from my personal experience. And it all starts with aiming higher, even if other people are trying to pull you down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I admire you, sir,
Oh, thank
for
you.
your accomplishments.
I, I still have friends who, like, they earn a lot. Like, a few years ago, I have a friend. He kept pawning his watch and his cell phone to me. He kept leaving his cell phone and watch at the house. He was just borrowing like 3,000, 5,000 every now and then.
Like,
Yeah, nagsasanla siya sa akin regularly because I was the one with a little. I was working in a call center. I was the one in our group of friends that had a little bit of money, and he was always pawning me his watch and his cell phone and sometimes a laptop. And right now he has a car. He has two cars. One of his cars is a Fortuner, and he owns two houses now, I think.
what
So,
can you do, sir?
well, he did study a lot of skills, and he knows how to sell. He knows how to communicate well. He's a lot better than me, and he's up there now. So he's way better than me. So I try to spend my time with people who are higher than me, so I can learn from them, learn what to do, and learn how to improve myself, and never borrow money. So, so I guess that's it. I avoid borrowing money. So attendance and keeping your promises are extremely valuable to our company. Okay, so here's the thing. I can promise that I will be on time and I will not make any unnecessary absences. So here's the problem with this one. When it comes to oh, wait. When it comes to questions like these, I have a personal question here. You have a girlfriend or anything? Or Mrs. or wife?
Yes, I have, sir.
Huh?
We're named kids.
Oh, okay, good. When you courted, okay, what's her first name? Not the full name, just the first name.
Janine, sir.
Janine. When you courted Janine, did he say, "Oh, Janine, make me your boyfriend because I promise I will do my best to practice on you and become a better boyfriend. I will become a great partner. I promise to do all these things to make you happy." Did you say
I
that?
didn't promise. I didn't promise, sir. Actually, sir.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just do it. I just do it.
Exactly.
I just do the right things to make our relationship more stronger.
Yeah, exactly. And how did you become a couple? You told stories, right? You told her your life story. She told you her life
Yeah.
story, and you found from your story she found out that, oh, you're a good person, you're an okay person, right? And from her story, you found out that she's an okay person. So when you go out on a date, when you hung out, when you spend time with each other, it's usually just telling stories, right? The interview is the same thing. When you meet your interviewer, you're supposed to tell stories and you're supposed to make them tell stories.
Okay.
Okay? And in the same way, like I almost forgot to say, it's not about making promises. It's about talking about what happened and what your interviewer is more interested in hearing about your plan than hearing about your promises. So, for example, I live in Parañaque. I used to work in Makati. I know that the travel time going to Makati, if there is some traffic, it's usually 1.5 hours of travel time. If there's no traffic, there's 1 hour. So what do? I leave the house 2 hours before, so I have an extra 30 minutes to get there. Okay?
Okay.
And then I also keep an extra 200 pesos on my wallet. So in the event that I left the house late, I can take a taxi and I can get to the office in under 40 minutes. Because that's a travel time by taxi at the evening. But I need money to pay for the taxi. Because this was the time before Grab. And I make sure that I get enough sleep. I protect my sleep schedule. So if my friends invited me to hang out with them or to drink with them, I say, and it affects my shift schedule, I say no.
And also your performance in
Yeah, you have to take care of those so you can make sure that you protect your attendance, because in the call center, next to your English skills, the next most important thing is your attendance, because if you're not there, you're not going to help the company, right? What happens to your master shawmai stall if you're absent?
So,
How much money is the
Canada,
business?
sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
If you're absent, what happens to the master shawmai stall?
We're gonna close the store and
Is the business gonna make money?
find another service crew that want to be in that store.
Is it easy to find the service crew?
It's hard to find because
So if you
we're
sorry, go ahead.
ayun po lang po sa Tagalog na ako.
Sige, okay lang, Tagalog ka.
Crew. Yung pagkulang po sa crew. Kaya, pag absent, pamanggulit na po yung supervisor.
Ano mangyayari pag biglaan absent? Kunyari, 5 minutes before, sasabi ka sa supervisor, ay boss, hindi ako makapasok, masama pakiramdam ko.
Magagalit. Siyempre. Maghahanap po sila ng kapalit.
Makakahanap pa sila kagad.
Nahuhulot po kasi minsan mahirap din po kasi paggulang sa tao, yung iba po ng crew. Pag kinuha ng isang tao, nilipat po, yung kasama nila, mahirapan naman po yung iba.
Yeah. Same problem sa call center. Pag absent ka, mahirapan yung company maghanap ng kapalit mo. And pag, 5 minutes before, kung ilang oras yung nawala ka, nawalan sila ng kita dahil sa'yo. Sarado yung tindahan dahil sa'yo.
Kaya, ganun din po pala.
So, same problem. That's why in a call center, pero itong problema di ba dollars ang kinikita ng call center company.
Opo.
Sa kanila, dollars din ang nawala pag wala ka. Naintindihan mo yung part na yun? So, so, so kung magkano man yung sweldo mo, so let's say 20,000 a month yung 20,000 a month yung sahod mo. So 20,000 divided by 20 sa phone ko na lang. So, let's say 20,000 divided by 1,000 per day. Let's say, ang kita nila is times 3. So, 3,000 yung nawala sila dun sa day na nawala ka. Eh, magkano lang yung legally pwede nila ikalta sa'yo? Di ba 1 day lang din? Pero ang nawala sa kanila, 3,000. And potentially, pag absent ka, magalit sa kanila yung kliyente, pwedeng lahat kayo, yung buong kumpanya, mawala ng trabaho. That's why may mga ganun silang patakaran na sa call center, pag absent ka, 3 times, pwede 2 times or 3 times, or pwede, yung iba nga kahit isa lang pwede ka na ma-terminate dahil doon. So, kailangan alagaan mo talaga yung schedule mo sa call center.
Importante yung slot.
Oo, importante yung slot. Importante na nandun ka. And at the same time, huwag kang mag-take ng overtime. Basta alagaan mo yung shift mo, balance lang. So, 40 hours a week ka, alagaan mo yung 40 hours a week.
5 days lang yung third box.
Oo, pero meron kasing, may mga kadalasan sa malaking company, may opportunity na mag-overtime or kumuha ng shift ng iba. So, kunyari, may naging topa ka doon, tapos gusto niya mag-absent, sabihin niya, bro, ikaw muna mag-take ng shift. Oh, same account. Ikaw muna mag-take ng shift ko, bigyan kita ng extra 500. Yun yung uso sa amin yung palitan ng shift, tapos bibigyan mo na lang ng extra.
Pero yung accountable sa yung tao na
Oh, ikaw na yung ikaw na yung in charge dun sa slot na yon. So, sa ibang company pwede yun. Oh, sa ipapasok yung sahod kasi ikaw naman yung nag-login Siya yung hindi nag-login.
Yung tabala na lang.
Oo.
Parang pakuntelo na lang yung 500.
Oh, 500 or 1,000 o kung magkano man yun. Depende kung gano'ng ka-importante dun sa tao tsaka kung gano'ng karami yung kumukuha. So, yun, yung mga ganon. May mga ganong sitwasyon. So, yung iba, tinitake nila yun, and imbis na nakakabuti, nakakasama. Kasi, wala silang pahinga. So, yung performance nila, yung attention span nila, nagda-drop. Diba? Kahit ang mga professional athletes may rest day. Kasi pag wala silang rest day, pag wala kang rest day, yung total performance mo bumababa unti-unti. So, what steps, 5 years from now, okay, just to give you a background, dito sa 5 years from now, the reason why I ask these questions is because in the real interview situation, laging magkadikit yung where do you see yourself 5 years from now, tsaka what's your expected salary. Okay? And hindi ko yun in-explain dito kasi gusto ko malaman yung totoong sagot ko. So, what do you want to happen to your English communication skills? I want to improve to be a professional customer representative agent. Well, 5 years from now hindi ka mag-aantay ng 5 years para dito. Kasi mag-a-apply ka na after nito, di ba? Palitan mo yung sagot mo dito. Something for 5 years from now.
Future na po.
Future na. Para sa future to. What do you want to happen to your monthly income? I want to have a higher salary so that I can be stable when it comes to Dapat when it comes to my finances to.
Sa mga finances.
Tapos, ang kulang dito is magkano? Magkano ba ang target income mo? Kailangan mo ilagay yan dito. Kasi ito nga yung preparation. What's your expected salary? Tapos,
Hindi ako na po ng mood.
huhugot ka pa ng iisipin mo sa di ba? Huhugot ka pa ng iisipin mo sa during the interview. Kailangan pag-isipan mo yun. And pagdating natin ng week 3, meron akong activity called call center math. So, tutulungan kita mag-compute kung magkano dapat yung target monthly salary mo. Okay?
Okay.
What do you want to happen to the size of your bank account? Wala ring number. Bakit ko tinatanong to? Kasi, when you get hired sa call center, ang goal ng call center is, kasi mag-invest sila ng pera sa'yo eh. Diba? Yung sahod mo habang nagtitraining ka, yung sahod mo habang hindi ka pa marunong, yun yung investment ng company sa'yo. And syempre, pag nag-invest ka, kailangan may balik yun. Tama ba?
Opo.
So,
lahat po ba ng call center company nagpa-provide sila ng bayad sa training?
kadalasan, oo. May mga ibang companies na nag-offer ng tinatawag na pre-hire training. Yung pre-hire training, para sa, yung, kumbaga sa hindi ka pa qualified talaga, pero bibigyan ka nila ng additional training or bootcamp para mahasa ng konti yung skills mo, para mag-qualify ka talaga. And pag nag-qualify ka talaga, yung susunod na training nyo product training. Yun yung official na training. Yun yung standard na yung bayad. So minsan, sa mga pre-hire training, yung allowance, yung bayad sa inyo, parang allowance lang.
Ano po yung nesting?
Yung nesting naman ay yung pagkatapos yun ng product training. Yung isa pang term para sa nesting ay OJT. Yun yung tapos na kayo sa classroom, doon na kayo sa actual, pero ginaguide pa rin kayo ng trainer nyo. Tapos usually may team leader na rin na nag-a-assist sa inyo. Okay. Teka lang, pause lang. Nasisinga ako. Balik ako. Pause lang saglit. Babalik ako. Okay. So, yun, yung nesting, it's more of OJT. So, meron kayong, meron pa rin, okay. Ayan, okay na? Okay. Yung nesting is more like OJT. Meron kayong, instead na sa classroom kayo, doon na kayo sa floor, sa production floor, yung work area, yung actual work area. And nagte-take na kayo ng calls, nakikipag-usap na kayo doon sa customers. Pero may nag-guide pa rin sa inyo ng instructor and team leader. So binabantayan kayo and they make sure na tama yung ginagawa nyo.
Okay. Paano ba yung pag nagkakamali yun?
Kino-correct nila kayo.
Pero actual na tao na po yun, mga customer na po.
Actual na yung mga and yun yung part na may pinakamaraming nagre-resign. So, it's very important na makikinig ka lang sa trainer mo tsaka sa team leader mo. Huwag kang makikinig sa mga, may mga, from personal experience
May mga kasabayan.
Training pa lang, may mga kasabayan ka na BI, bad influence. And karamihan dito sa mga bad influence na to, mga taong tenured na, mga taong marami ng experience. Pero ang problema, yung experience nila, imbis na gamitin nila sa kabutihan, gagamitin nila sa kalokohan. And may mga tao rin sa call center na mangungutang sa'yo during training, tapos biglang resign. So, kailangan mo mag-ingat sa ganun. Ayun, sinulat ko yun. Sinulat ko experience ko sa ganun. Linista ko dun lahat ng...
Ayun nga, nabasa ko din po yun.
Ayun. So...
Maging aware. Para maging aware din po ako.
Oo. Huwag kang magpapautang. And huwag kang maniniwala dun sa ano. Ito nangyari sa amin to, true story. Sabi nung isang ka-trainee namin na tenured, marami na siyang call center experience. Ang choice of words niya, hindi pala tayo binabantayan ng management na kapag lunch ako ng 2 hours, walang sumita sa akin. Sabi ko, talaga, baka nagkamali lang. So sabi niya, 2 weeks ko nang ginagawa, wala talaga. Tapos, di ba, shinare ko dun sa isang post ko, pinakita sa akin yung list of agents recommended for termination. Unang-una yung pangalan nun.
Mga BI po. Mga
Sinasama kami. So, yung isang beses, parang muntik na akong maniwala. Nasa kainan kami nun eh. Tambay muna tayo. Gumaganon sila. Yosi-yosi muna. Nandun kami sa karinderya. Tapos parang, sasama na dapat ako. Tapos parang, di ko alam, konsensya ko yun. Parang, wag sumama. Nalito ako mga 10 minutes. Pero parang, hanggang dun lang. Hindi na kasi delikado eh. Kailangan ko yung trabahong yun eh. At the same time, dun sa trabahong yun, sabi sa akin ng isang na kakwentuhan ko dun sa training. Sabi niya, alam mo kung makikinig na lang ako dun sa rules dito kahit hindi ako nag-a-agree, kahit hindi to kapareho dun sa nakasanayan ko. Kasi pag natanggal ako dito, gagastos ako ng 7K para kumuha na naman ng NBI, babiyahin na naman siya ng malayo, yung mga barangay clearance na yan. Diba? So, magiging problema pa nila yon. And yun, kung yun yung problema, edi malabo.
Baga parang yung ulo nila agad.
And yun, nung naisip ko yun, hindi na ako sasama dito and kailangan ko yung pera eh. Tapos nangungutang-utang pa. Wala, tanga pa ako nun, naniniwala pa ako eh. Tapos yun, na-realize ko na tama pala na hindi ako nakinig. Kasi tanggal silang lahat eh. Tatlo lang kami natira. Out of 30 trainees, 3 lang kaming natira.
Sa wave na yun, sir?
Sa buong wave namin. And ako yung huling umalis dun sa company. Nantay ko muna umalis yung dalawa. Kasi nakakatawa, yung buong wave namin, gumawa kami ng Facebook group. Batch 69A. Tapos may nakasulat, matira matibay. So parang natawa, matira matibay. O di, sige. Tignan natin kung sino yung last man standing. And ang ending nun, sa West Contact Services. Sa Makati yun.
Makati.
Binili na sila ng Alorica eh. Tapos ang balita ko, nagbukas sila ng bagong company na West Contact din. Siguro binili, tapos nagbago isip. Nagbukas ng bago. Madali lang naman magbukas ng bago pag binenta mo na eh. So yun, kailangan maingat ka doon. Maingat ka doon sa mga taong papakinggan mo. Lalo na, kaya nga like recently, nagiging mas vocal na ako. Kung naka-enroll kayo sa akin, huwag kayo manonood ng mga YouTube video ng mga ibang nagbibigay ng call center tips. Kasi kadalasan, yung mga tips na yun, kabaliktaran ng tinuturo ko sa inyo. Marami sa YouTube, sasabihin lang nila sa'yo, manood ka lang ng English movies, magbasa ka lang ng magbasa-basa ka lang, okay ka na.
Bago po mag-inquire, nanonood po ako ng mga ganun. Tapos nung naano ko nga po, yung nag-apply po, nag-inquire ako sa inyo, tapos nag-enroll, nakita po na iba po yung lesson. Na-express po yung gusto namin sabihin in English.
Yun yung kailangan natin ngayon.
Hindi pa ganun tayo galing. Naramdaman ko naman po na Yun yung babago po sa akin.
Napanood mo ba yung naunang recording? May mga nagse-session 1 sa akin, hindi kami nag-i-English kahit isang beses kasi nararamdaman ko na hindi pa talaga sila komportable. And okay lang yun.
Okay.
And ikaw, nakatagal ka sa akin, 1 oras ka halos, English lang tayo.
Matingin yung mga po na medyo kabado po.
Okay lang
Pero
na unti-unti.
Medyo unti-unti po, medyo nawawala po yung kaba.
Ang paniniwala ko, okay lang na unti-unti. Kasi ang ending niyan, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week ka mag-i-English.
Yun nga po.
So sa simula, okay lang, pagbibigyan kita, magtatagalog muna tayo saglit. Pero pagdating natin ng week 3, week 4, ng session 3, 4, 5, and 6, unti-unti mag-straight English na tayo. And pinapasulat ko to sa'yo lahat kasi ito yung straight English. Dito manggagaling yung straight English mo eh. Yung mga sinulat mo.
Mga sagot po sa tanong.
Oo, kasi chances are, ito yung sagot mo sa tanong sa actual na conversation.
Okay po.
Kasi ang topic natin dito, puro ikaw, di ba? Puro experience mo.
Mga po for more personal life, personal experience.
Tsaka lahat ng gusto mong mangyari. Kailangan kaya mong i-communicate.
Personal goals, achievements.
Exactly. So, yun. Tuloy na natin to So, what do you want to happen to your monthly income? Kailangan specific ka. Alam mo yung target mo. What do you want your job title to be? I want to be ito, future to. I want to be a supervisor, a team leader that leads the newbies like me. Yun, ito. Example to ng 5 years from now na sagot. What do you want your health and body to be like? I want to be healthy and happy with my job. Bantayan mo yung tulog mo and wag puro fast food, wag puro siomay. Alam ko matipid yung isang order ng siomay tsaka 3 kanin tapos buhusan mo lang ng toyo. Kasi yan din yung kinakain ko pag nagtitipid ako. Pero wag ganun.
Diyan na po itong mabait.
Diba? Sa Master Siomay, mabait yung nagbabantay kadalasan. Gusto mo ng extra garlic, spicy garlic. Hingi ka lang. Doon mo naman in-order yung kanin eh. Kahit takpan mo yun, hindi sila magre-reklamo sa'yo. Ngingitian ka lang eh. Pero, hindi healthy yun kung kakainin mo yun araw-araw. So, kumain ka ng totoong ulam. Tsaka,
Nagluluto ako sa bahay.
Nagluluto ako. Bala ko magkaroon ng pag nagka-budget ako, mag-cooking show ako.
Pwede sa take yung tinote niya.
Wala, pero konti pa lang yung dish na kaya ko eh. Tsaka kakalipat ko lang, wala akong masyadong gamit dito. What hobbies will you be pursuing? I think cooking. I really like cooking, especially Filipino dishes. Ito yung sagot ko sa interview. So, nang nag-negotiate kami ng salary, tinry ako baratin ng interviewer, okay lang ba sa'yo na ganito lang yung pay? Sabi ko, that's a little low. I have really expensive hobbies. And sabi niya, what expensive hobbies? So, sabi ko sa kanya, I'm watching a lot of cooking shows and I'm trying to build a good kitchen and I'm trying to buy, binigay ko sa kanya yung listahan ng mga gusto kong bilhin. So, back then, I want to buy Wusthof chef's knife. I want to buy hand blender. I want to buy good pots and pans. I want to buy an induction cooker. Nabili ko na lahat yun. Pero inisa-isa ko lang lahat ng gusto kong bilhin with my call center salary. And then sabi
niya, Pwede pa na yun.
And then sabi niya,
mag-negotiate ka ng sahod. Pero siguro sa newbie po hindi pa.
Kung alam mo yung target pay mo, pwede mo, and mababa yung binigay nilang offer, pwede mo sabihin na ang target ko kasi is this much. And I know that, and yun yung dahilan kung bakit rin-recommend ko na magpunta ka sa maraming company pag nag-apply ka. Kasi bawat company may kanya-kanya silang standard. And sometimes, hindi lagi sometimes range yung standard. So pwede mong hingin yung mas mataas na range. Kunyari, Yung ibang company, ang offer nila is 16,000 to 18,000 pesos. So, ang unang offer nila sa'yo 16. Pag humindi ka, pwede sila mag-offer ng 17 or 18. Kung yun yung offer nila. Okay? May mga companies na fixed lang na okay, ang ano natin, ang offer namin 19 pero wala nang itataas or ibababa yun. So, kailangan aware ka dun sa iba-ibang offer.
Mostly po, sir, yung negotiation po na ganun, sa final interview na po ba yun?
Minsan sa initial, tinatanong nila yun eh. So, kailangan ready ka.
Okay po.
Kaya hinahanda kita sa mga gandong questions.
Meron po kasi nag-apply po ako, may tinanong sa akin kakaiba.
Anong kakaiba?
If you have superpowers, what would it be to contribute in our company? Paano yan?
Pag sinabi superpower, ibig sabihin lang nun skill.
At skill.
Oo.
Medyo na-win lang po ako nun.
Okay lang yun.
Hindi na sagot.
Trabaho ng interviewer na lituhin ka.
Oo nga po.
Kasi, ang trabaho ng call center agent sometimes nakakalito. So, kailangan marunong kang mag-handle ng sarili mo sa mga nakakalitong sitwasyon. Di ba? Nag-work ka sa Master Shomai. And tinuruan na ba kayo ng management kung paano nyo i-handle yung mga yung mga budol na parang sukli ko pero walang binigay?
Based on experience po, experience lang po siguro, sa tagal na rin po. Kaya na-present po namin yung ganung sitwasyon.
Merong practice yung mga fast food na every time na abutan mo sila ng pera, sasabihin nyo ng malakas, I receive 1,000 pesos. I receive 500 pesos. Para na hindi yung parang tinanggap mo lang ng pera, linagay mo, sinot mo lang sa drawer mo, di ba? Sabihin, sukli ko.
Natutunan ko po yun sa restaurant. Tapos, yung pagbalik ko po sa Master Shomai, in-apply ko na lang po. In-apply ko po yung natutunan ko doon sa isang trabaho niya. Yung pagbalik ko.
Kasi ang technique lang naman ng budol, tatry ka lang naman lituhin eh. Diba? So kung alert ka, kung aware ka, hindi ka malilito. The same thing din dun sa interview question. So kunyari, tinanong ka ng interview question na hindi mo naintindihan, you can say, wait, just one moment, I didn't understand the question. So, I just want to make sure I understood your question. You were asking me, tapos i-rephrase mo yung question. Kung tama yung kahit mali yung pagkakaintindi mo. And then, pag kasi people will naturally try to correct kung mali. So, pag mali yung pagkakaintindi mo, try mo i-rephrase, try mo sabihin yung pagkakaintindi mo. Kahit mali yun, okay lang. Kasi sasabihin nila kung ano yung ibig nilang sabihin dun sa tanong.
Saka po, yung mga American po mabilis magsalita, di ba? Medyo parang minsan din ang kinyan. Parang gano'n.
Hindi ka pa lang kasi sanay.
Ako malagay po.
Nag-ano ka ba nung mas bata ka, nag-games ka?
Opo.
Nagte-Tekken ka?
Ay, Tekken.
Street Fighter, gano'n.
Minsan po.
Ano nilalaro mo?
Mga online games po.
Okay.
Ragnarok.
Hindi ka nagpa-fighting games? Kasi natutunan ko yun sa fighting games. Pag nanonood ka ng fighting games, tapos hindi ka pa marunong, kala mo naka-fast forward lahat. Hindi mo nakikita yung combo, hindi mo nakikita yung ginagawa ng kalaban mo. Pero pag medyo matagal ka na, dahil memorize mo na lahat ng nangyayari, kala mo slow motion na sa lahat.
Familiar ka na dun sa ginagawa.
So, yung first thing na natutunan ko, nung high school kasi ako, nag-take ako ng classes ng martial arts. Napansin ko yun, nung medyo matagal na ako, parang slow motion na lahat. Pag naglalaro ako ng fighting game, ng Tekken, ganun, parang slow motion na rin. Tapos, pagdating din sa call center work, nung medyo matagal na ako, parang slow motion na rin. So, in the same way, pag may experience ka na, maano mo na yung usual na nangyayari. And magagamit mo yung experience mo para kahit mabilis yung pangyayari, parang slow motion lang lahat sa'yo.
Okay.
Okay?
Tama po.
What hobbies will you... Okay. Filipino dishes. For the people that you will be spending your time with, my girlfriend, she's always by my side, supporting and motivating me. Motivating dapat to. Congrats. Okay. What places will you have traveled to? Iloilo and... Wait, first time ko marinig tong word na to Guimaras?
Gimaras po.
Gimaras. Saan banda to?
Opo. Pagtawid na po ng Iloilo, ferry boat.
Okay.
Gamit pang ferry boat.
Same area?
Gimaras. Opo.
Okay. If you had a monthly budget of 30,000 or a yearly budget of 400,000, give me a breakdown of how you plan to spend your money. 8,000 for daily food in a month, 4,000 for billing, internet, water, electricity. So malamang dito 1,000 yung internet, 2,000 yung electricity, tsaka 500 yung tubig. Baka 1,500 yung internet. 5,000 for motorcycle monthly payment. Bakit bibili ka ng isa pang motor?
Opo.
Bakit sira na yung motor mo?
Pasira na po.
Pasira na. Okay.
Pamanit na.
Okay. Bumili ka ng maganda-ganda yung magtatagal.
Yun nga po.
Kasi minsan, napansin ko pag mura, magpapalit ka na rin ng magpapalit So yung akala mo, natipid mo, napunta sa ibang bagay
Yung mga low brand po, tirahin.
O yun nga. Yung mga Facebook group, marami kang makukuhang advice dun.
Dami rin po nakikita yun.
13,000 for savings and emergency expenses. Maganda to na balak mo magtabi ng pera. Anuhin mo yan pag tumaas na yung sahod mo, panindigan mo yan. Huwag kang bili ng bili. Sobrang nakaka-tempt na mamili ng mamili.
Oo nga po.
What are the... Sige, tuloy. Madami kang?
Madaming tuktok po.
Totoo. Lalo na pag nandiyan na yan, pag hawak mo na yung pera. Lalabas na lahat ng demonyo sa buhay mo. Hindi, yun, warning yun, para maghanda ka. Hindi kita dinidiscourage. Kailangan mo rin kailangan mo rin ng pera Kasi pag wala kang pera, lalabas din lahat ng demonyo sa buhay mo Magkaibang demonyo lang yun. Diba? Mas maganda na yung demonyo na kaya mong labanan kaysa dun sa demonyo na wala kang magagawa. Sensya na, nanood ako ng Ghost Fighter kanina Kaya, ganun yung choice of words ko What are the two most valuable lessons that you have learned from Kevin so far? And how are these lessons going to make your life better? First is to be patient. First is to be patient, and second is to trust myself that I can do this. The lessons are interesting because I understand that this is coming from a well-experienced person, and I feel that he is a good one. Okay. Thank you. Napaka-sweet ng message mo. Anyway, yun. So, ito muna yung session 1. Make sure na i-apply mo yung mga corrections na binigay ko. Basahin mo ulit yung recommendations ko dun for this specific activity. Tapos, on our second session, mag-aano tayo ng what do you call that? Ano nga ba yun? Na ako. May mental block ako pag inaantok ako. For second session, so top 100 pronunciation, top 100 English words. So, kailangan mong
Ay,
practicein
pinag
yun.
po ko kanina. Napanood ko nga po.
Oo, na release ko na kanina. So, ganun,
Apo.
ganun din yung gagawin natin. Tapos yun, basahin natin yung, pag may time pa, basahin natin yung additional words, tapos basahin din natin yung isang part lang ng lesson 1, lesson 7 ng week 1. Isang part din ng hindi, tsaka yung answer mo dun sa week 2 lesson 2, basahin din natin yan. Tapos yun, unti-unti, ayusin natin yung grammar mo and pronunciation mo in the next lessons. Okay?
Okay po.
Tapos yun, continue. When you write down your answers, make sure na one sentence paragraph, make sure na maiksi yung sentences mo para madaling intindihin, madaling isulat, and mas comfortable ka. Okay lang na 20 sentences siya na maiksi lahat kesa dun sa 5 sentence lang na napakahaba. Kasi ang hirap hanapin ng mali dun.
Opo.
Okay?
Po.
So far, meron ka bang questions or anything na gusto mong i-explain ko or i-discuss ko further?
Sa next ko na lang po siguro. Mag-review din po ako para po magsagot po ng mas maayos.
Okay. Tapos kung meron kang additional questions, ganyan, ginagawa mo yung activity, may pumasok lang sa isip mo na question, lagay mo sa notebook mo. I was actually hoping na pagdating natin sa dulo, marami kang questions na itatanong sa akin para mas masulit natin yung sessions. Kasi pansin mo, pag wala masyadong questions, maiksi yung session. Diba? Maiksi yung sharing. Okay?
Okay po.
Tapos yun, pagkatapos kong i-edit to, upload ko na, tapos padalang nito ng copy, tapos kung bibigyan mo akong go signal, share ko to dun sa page. Okay?
Sige po, sir.
Sige, tapos
Thank you po, sir.
yeah, thank you for joining our English lessons. So this is session 1, so I'll see you in session 2.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night, sir.
Good night.